Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do a second part here where we talk about Clayface and Lobo casting. If you missed the first part where I talked about the Batman delay, the Matt Reeves and the DCU and all that fun jazz, that video is right here. So go click on that. It's right up there. There's a card for it. So go check out that and then come back to this one. But now we're going to be talking about the Lobo casting, the famous Lobo casting that happened, and the Clayface movie that they announced. There's a new article here on Dark Horizons. I'm going to read that to you and give you my thoughts. New Clayface and Lobo filming rumors. Some brief logistic rumors on two announced DC Studio film projects have emerged from a scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, today via Comic Book Movie. First up, the Mike Flanagan penned Clayface film, which arrives in cinemas on September 2026. As of today, no director or star has been announced for the project. The scooper initiates that the director is expected to be chosen within the next 2 or 3 weeks, with shooting potentially kicking off as soon as February. A very quick start, if true. The script is ready to go, and the film is said to be relatively low budget, with one good chunk of its spending going to visual effects to realize the character. They also indicate the actor Jason Momoa's role in Lobo. He's in Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, so Jason Momoa is cast as Lobo. We'll get to that in a second. The project is expected not only to introduce both Supergirl and Lobo, with both characters showing up in future movies. Momoa has reportedly been keen to take on the role of Lobo for around a decade, even before he was cast as Aquaman. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, will be helmed by Cruella director Craig Gillespie, with Anna Noguera penning the screenplay. Finally, the scooper also claims that there's current plans for Ghost Rider to be a Disney Plus TV series, not introduced in the films. They previously suggested an Agents of Atlas TV series was also in the works. So as you know, we got a Clayface movie coming, what looks to be in September of 2026. That's pretty cool. And we got Lobo. Now, I mentioned this in the other video that I posted, where Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is literally shooting on January 13th, which is in like 2 days. They're going to start shooting. So expect behind the scenes photos of that movie. I'm very excited. It's really cool that the DC universe is being kicked off, right? We are in full swing, and it seems like they are paying attention. And this is what I like, right? They're paying attention to fans. And I think that's something that's going to set the DCU apart from other studios. Now, I know there might be some people that are not a fan of that, right? Who say like, oh, don't listen to the internet, don't do this, don't do that. But you got to realize sometimes that's the way to go. And I think James Gunn is kind of taking a step back and realizing, like, what are the fans saying? Everybody's wanted Jason Momoa to be Lobo for like ever. So the fact that they pulled the trigger on that, awesome. If you know my other video that I mentioned that I talked about Batman and Robert Pattinson, I think they also should just pull the trigger on that one and bring him into the DCU. I was kind of on the fence on that. I didn't know how I feel, but now I'm fully on board. Like, just pull that trigger, man. You already pulled the trigger on a lot of this other stuff, and your casting is I think, been spot on for the most part. And I think you just got to pull the trigger on that. But Lobo being in Supergirl, I think is very, very cool. I think that movie is going to be like a rock show, man. That movie is going to be, I've seen a couple things about Woman of Tomorrow. I definitely want to read the graphic novel and kind of, sink my teeth into that and figure out what that story's about. But that story's badass from what I've heard. And Supergirl is like a badass in that story. So if she's going to go up against Lobo or what she does in there, but I think casting Jason Momoa, bringing him back, saying, you know what, shed the Aquaman skin. We don't need you to be Aquaman anymore. Thank you for what you did. You made him cool, but like, come be the character that you really want to be. And it just fits. I think that's perfect casting. As far as who they're going to get to direct Clayface, I have no idea. If they could pull the trigger and if they could get somebody like David Fincher, I think that would be amazing. I don't know if that's possible. David Fincher loves to be in the streaming world on Netflix and stuff like that nowadays. And it's kind of sad because I think his movies, he should be making big budget movies. Maybe he doesn't want to do that anymore. It seems like that's not really his thing for movie theaters and stuff like that. And he's never really made a movie, like a comic book movie, really. I don't think, really, right? I don't think so. So for him to, if you had David Fincher come on and do the Clayface movie with Mike Flanagan, Like, that'd be pretty sweet. I don't know who they're gonna get to play the character. That I have no idea. I don't have any guesses on that. But to have the fact that we're gonna have Supergirl and we're gonna have Clayface in the same year, that's cool. Those are two characters that are very different, right? They're very, very different, and they're gonna be very different movies. And I think that's something that kind of Marvel runs into kind of a brick wall now, where it's like all of their movies feel the same. Every single movie feels the same. And, you know, they've kind of carved out over the last many, many years, they've carved out a tone and they've carved out a style. And it's like, I'm getting a little worn down. I love Marvel, and I'm really hoping that Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts and Captain America can really, really kind of shift things for me personally. Fantastic Four, I think I'm looking forward to the most out of all of those movies. But the fact that, man, we're going to get Supergirl, which, like I said, is going to be like a kick-ass rock star movie. And if James Gunn can kind of bring in his kind of sensibility, especially with the music, can you imagine what that soundtrack is going to be like, guys? Dude, I can't even wait. Oh, I'm excited. And just to finally see like a Supergirl on the screen that is a badass, right? And that kicks ass. And I think that's a movie that's never been done before, right? And I think if they knock it out of the park, and James Gunn fast-tracked it, he's on record. He said, he's like, the script was so good that he's like, it wasn't in my original plans, but the script was so good that I just fast-tracked that. I said, yeah, that has to be, like, put that into production right now. Green light that. Green light that. But I don't want to swear, but you know what I'm saying. Green light that. And so I'm excited. I think this is going to be great. The fact that it's going to be a lower budget, the Clayface thing, going to be a little lower budget. That's nice because it's going to be obscure. I don't know. They need to kind of pitch it as a horror movie, I think. I really like they need to lean into that because you can get the horror audience to come and check this out. Because people who don't know that that's a DC character can see the trailer and be like, what is that? Like, that looks really interesting. And then you can bring in that horror audience. So I think that's that angle. Anyways, guys, that's going to be my thoughts on the Lobo casting and the Clayface movie. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Which one are you excited for? Are you excited for Supergirl or are you excited for Clayface? Are you going to go see them both in the movie theater? It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be a great year, great couple years of DC, man. I'm stoked. It just seems like every day we keep getting news after news after news. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for all things DC and Marvel news and film reviews and all sorts of stuff, and filmmaking content is coming on the channel. I want to review this lens. Let me know what you think. I really enjoy the anamorphic. It's a little bit wider, right, than the normal lens that I've been using. And obviously we have the anamorphic flares going on here too. That's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet because like if you turn the phone, like no matter where you turn the phone, right, the flare is always horizontal, right? The flare doesn't move, which I think is pretty sick. Anyways, guys, that's enough of me nerding out. Thank you so much for checking it out. We got much more reviews coming, Smallville reviews, Superman reviews, all sorts of stuff I'm working on. It's going to be a fun time. 2025, it's going to be the year. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.